Episode 177. Today we recap what's happening down on the farm and talk with current Bradenton Marauder, Ethan Leger. You're listening to the Bucko Banter podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Or the steak by the plate, sending case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Welcome back to another episode of Down on the Farm. We've got a lot to talk about within the Pirate system, Adam. There's a lot happening this week, a lot of promotions, a lot of big performers. So I'm excited to jump into it.
Before we do, shout out to Rhythm. If I know one thing in this world that's constant, it's that Scott is terrible at betting, or at least was awful at betting. It was just loss after loss after loss. It was almost intervention time. And then Rhythm came around. And you know why? You're not bad at betting anymore, Scott?
Because I'm betting smarter and not harder.
Exactly. With Rhythm. Our partner at Rhythm has had a data-backed model, no coding, no spreadsheets, just a clean, easy-to-use interface that shows you what you need to make educated bets in just minutes. You get daily projections for player props, both pitching and hitting, plus money lines, totals, and run lines, all back-tested to ensure the models are built to help you win. And now, you see that little lightning bolt on there? You just find that's your best bet to get the highest ROI. They do all the work for you. Use just baseball 50. All caps, just baseball 50 for 50% off the full year. That gets you access to Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, and much more. Try it free for 7 days and bet smarter with Rhythm. Man, it was just the other day we learned about Bidwa. And then there was just a couple other guys that got promotions too. So people are moving around the system.
Yeah, from the FCL to Bradenton, from Greensboro to Altoona. That Greensboro team, man, they're 20 games above 500. I mean, they're killing it. And there are probably more guys that are definitely have earned the promotion to Altoona by now, but you got to love what you're seeing. This is a good problem to have. Like, there's been a lot of, I will say this has been a much better year down the system than what it was last year when we started covering it. And there's a lot of guys that have made adjustments and have broken out, if you will. So, I'm excited, which makes me even more excited for the draft. We're going to continue our draft spotlight today. But yeah, I'm excited to continue covering the system, man. This has been one of my favorite episodes. We say that every time, but there's more and more to talk about every week.
Let's get into some headlines real quick. I'll walk us Wednesday through Saturday, and then you'll take Saturday through the rest of the week, kind of highlight some guys that have been called up. Wednesday, Solon Meadows started a rehab assignment in Bradenton, and then catcher Luke Scherer moves up from the FCL to Bradenton. He was an undrafted free agent. Cuban right-handed pitcher Roland Portuondo. Do I got that right?
I was going to say Portuondo.
Portuondo? That sounds about right. Agreed to a deal with the Pirates. Should start in Double-A. Experience in Japan, Cuba, and the Winter Leagues. Fastball sits around 94 to 97 miles per hour. He's got a change, sink, and sweeper. And then Friday, right-handed pitcher Owen Kellington assigned to FCL for rehab assignment. He was our 2021 fourth-round pick. And then Saturday, Scott's guy Edward Florentino promoted to Bradenton. He's hitting 347, 442, 642 with 6 bombs, 6 stolen bags in the FCL, just 18 years old. The exit velocities for this kid are unreal. Like, get excited. This is somebody who is Connor Griffin's age.
Yeah. Right
around that ballpark. You're talking about windows of guys that could make it up together. I think you need to throw his name in there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. We'll get into how he did this weekend in Bradenton, but interesting to see like what kind of adjustment it'll take for him, because we talk about the jump between level to level now, especially from AAA to MLB. I don't know if people realize the jump between the complex and low A, because you're going from a complex where you're facing a bunch of teenagers from Latin America to high school kids to facing a kid that was just 22-year-old pitcher out of college. So there's definitely probably bigger size gaps in low A than most levels. I would say maybe AAA, you get a lot of veterans that aren't trying to get back up into the big leagues, but still, I think it's quite a jump to go from the complex to single A. But let's go into the rest of the weekend here in headlines. Oxiel Plaz, who's had a great season so far, effortless raw power, placed in the 7-day IL, while left-hand pitcher Isaias Uribe has got some velo, transferred from the 7-day IL to the full season IL. Monday, Brandon Benoit. Today, there's a lot of stuff that went down. Promoted to AA Altoona, at a .86 ERA with 27 Ks and 21 innings pitched at Greensboro. He kind of served as their closer. He's pumping it up there. We had a fun interview with him a couple weeks ago. Another reliever from Greensboro, Ryan Harbin, righty, was promoted to Altoona as well. He had a .237 ERA with 46 Ks and 30 1/3 innings pitched. Electric stuff, can hit 100, has some control issues that might slow him down at times, but that's the story of a reliever. Lastly, infielder Deuce Gorson. He was a round 5 to 10 round pick last year out of UCLA, promoted to AA Altoona. So far this year in Greensboro, .261 with 15 extra base hits, 21 stolen bases. He's someone who could be a steal, a late round steal. Lots of contact, speed, and some gap power. He's actually grown into some more just power in general this year that's been actualizing on the stat sheet. I'm excited for Deuce Gorson.
Absolutely. One other guy I want to talk about, and not necessarily highlight, because highlight would be a strong term here, is Bubba Chandler. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I think it needs to be addressed. Bubba is not going to debut in June. I think Pirates fans were just absolutely screaming from the mountaintops to get this guy up, and he looked absolutely ready at the beginning of the year. As of late, man, his last 3 of 4 starts, he hasn't completed 3 innings, and he has a 10.61 ERA in 4 starts in June. The control has been bad, and opponents are hitting 326 off of him, and his whip is 236, not keeping guys off bags, 11 earned runs in just 9 1/3 inning. We talked with some buddies of ours around the system, and I think we're kind of agreeing this is a little bit, maybe mostly a mental thing at this point.
Yeah.
No doubt that he has the talent to be the guy that we expect him to be. But when you get off to that hot start, when you're the number 1 guy and you expect to be called up, in May and then June, and then that's not happening, you start to get in your head a little bit. And you could take it from here, Scott, because you're the pitching guy, but that does numbers to you sometimes. And it's hard to control the emotions and get out of your head. And sometimes that can affect your play on the field. A lot of times it can.
It's almost worse to be someone who thinks a lot on the mound. Like, you want to have a clear head and kind of go out there. The mental part of the game is huge, especially on the mound. And to me, like, it doesn't look like there's anything screaming like injury here, because the velos look like they're still up. He might just be bored with the level, man. I think there's some mental mind games going on there with, like, thinking he'd be up by now and not really being challenged in AAA. I think you would be ignorant to ignore that aspect. So he'll bounce back. He's got all the talent in the world. It's one of the best fastballs in all of minor league baseball. We're going to see him this year in Pittsburgh. So, just rooting for the bounce back here sooner rather than later. But Adam, why don't you take us into Indianapolis if you don't have anything else to touch on with Bubba?
No, at Columbus Clippers, the AAA affiliate for the Cleveland Guardians. Right now, Indy sits at 42-32. Billy Cook, who was up briefly with the Buccos, 4 for 10 this week, 2 runs with a double RBI, 3 strikeouts. Nick York, 5 for 21, 4 runs with a bomb, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's hitting 272. Tuesday, Bubba Chandler. Just got done talking about him. 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks. His ERA still at 2.60. Nick York went 2 for 4 with his 4th home run on the year, 2 RBIs, 106 miles per hour down the left field line. Wednesday, Hunter Barco went 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned, 3 walks, 6 Ks, gave up a home run. His ERA right now in AAA is at 5.49. Dari Moreta, 2 innings, 1 hit, no earn, 1K. His ERA is at 2.70. Thursday, Malcolm Nunez went 1 for 3 with a double, 3 RBIs. He's hitting 320 right now. Friday, Thomas Harrington went 5 1/3, 4 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks, 2 home runs. Saturday, Sean Sullivan, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 4 Ks. And then Sean Ross had his first home run on the year. Sunday, Bubba Chandler again, 2 2/3, 5 hits, 6 earned, 2 walks, 1K, gave up a home run. Dari Moreta, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. And then Ronnie Simon hit his third home run on the year.
Altoona, they're playing the Richmond Flying Squirrels at home. I don't know if you saw I think Colin Beasley posted it. They put a note on their bullpen that they couldn't give out any autographs or balls because they're paying a lot of money to Rafael Devers.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. But AA affiliate to the Giants, obviously. Tamar this week, highlighting him, 6 for 17, 1 RBI, 2 walks, 3 Ks. He's at 250. Mitch Shebb went 4 for 15 with 3 runs, 3 walks, and a K. He's at 270. Not a lot happening here, though, man. I mean, Wilbur Dotel was a bright spot. This is a guy, I think Beasley wrote an article about him, and the implementation of that splitter kind of brought him back as a prospect. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Might see him in AAA. I think he's older for the level, too. So 3.54 ERA on the year. Thursday, Alessandro Urcolani went 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Friday, Tamar went 3 for 3 with an RBI. He stayed hot on Saturday, went 1 for 3, got that average over 250 at 253. And then Sunday, Emmanuel Chapman started 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Wilkin Ramos continues to look good in the bullpen. 2 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks. ERA's at 187 on the season.
Greensboro at the Greenville Drive, the high A affiliate for the Red Sox. Right now, Greensboro is 47-21. It's Merlin Valdez, 9 for 24 on the week with 3 home runs. Javier Rivas, 9 for 21 with a home run, 5 RBIs. Omar Alfonso, 8 for 19, 5 runs, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Connor Griffin, 6 for 21, 2 runs with a double, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. His average is at 354. Tuesday, Christian Curtis went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Jace Bowen on a rehab assignment, 3 for 5, 2 doubles with a home run, 3 RBIs. I almost said Emmanuel Valdez. As Merlin Valdez, 2 for 5, 2 doubles, and he is hitting 312. Wednesday, Connor Wheatgrief, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks, as Merlin Valdez hit his 17th home run on the year. Thursday, Carlson Reed, 5 innings, no hits, no earned, 4 walks, 4 Ks. Brandon Bidois, 1 1/3, no hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Omar Alfonso went 4 for 4 with 2 doubles, and then Javier Rivas hit his 13th home run on the year. Friday, Lonnie White Jr. hit his 9th home run, had an RBI. He's hitting 228. And then Saturday, recently promoted Antoine.
We didn't mention him, did we?
Yeah, we didn't mention Antoine
Yeah.
Kelly, friend of the show, is now going to be in AA Altoona. He went 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned, no walks, 5 strikeouts, 3.03 ERA in Greensboro. And then as Merlin Valdez, 4 for 5 with 2 home runs. He's got 19 on the year. Alfonso hit his 10th home run on the year. And then Curtis again on Sunday, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, no walks, 5 Ks. Alfonso hit his 11th home run on the year. I don't know how much more as Merlin needs to do.
Yeah, as Merlin, he could win another home run title in another league. But like, let's get him to AA. He's actually put himself. Let's talk about this real quick. You know, Chris Clegg from Fantrax was in Greensboro this week, and I saw his name on other lists. As Merlin Valdez has put himself on the national radar, not just the Pirates radar. Like I saw a list where they listed him as like one of the top 10 prospects at his position in the league. That's huge. He's a bat that's emerging for them, and he seems like an awesome personality. So you love to see it. That's a guy that's really blossomed. We've talked about Edward Florentino. We've talked about some other guys. Wilbur Dotel on the pitching side. Merlin Valdez is one of the biggest breakout prospects, not just with the Pirates, but in all of baseball this year.
100%. 100%. Why don't you take us to Bradenton?
They were home this week against Tampa. Low A affiliate to the Yankees, 31-37 on the year. Wyatt Sanford bounced back after his 0 for 19 week last week. He was 7 for 18. 5 runs scored, 3 doubles, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 4 stolen bases, average up to 254, playing some second base, playing some shortstop. Yordani De Los Santos doing a little bit of everything. 6 for 22, a double, 4 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. He's at 243. Then Edward Florentino started this weekend 2 games. He went 0 for 7 with 4 Ks. We talked about that jump from the complex league to low A. Let's go into Tuesday, go game by game. Plaza, his last game before going on the IL, 1 for 4 with a double, 262 in the year. Meadow on Wednesday went 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 1 K. That was his rehab start. Johnny Severino, 1 for 4 with his 6th homer of the year, 2 RBIs. Thursday, Yordani De Los Santos, 3 for 5 with a double and RBI. Ian Farrow, 2024 14th round pick out of Florida Gulf Coast, 2 for 5 with a double, his 4th homer of the year, 3 RBIs. Friday, Wyatt Sanford went 2 for 3 with his 9th stolen base, while De Los Santos went 1 for 3 with an RBI and his 19th stolen base. Saturday, Florentino debuted in center field and hit 5th in the lineup, went 0 for 3 with 1 K. And Sunday, Matt Ager bounced back, 3 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks, while Wyatt Sanford went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and hit his 10th stolen base. Gotta love that from Wyatt Sanford, man. Last year's draft class, Justin Horowitz, we were just talking about him.
Looking really promising, really promising. Before we move on to our MLB draft preview and the highlighted player of the week, Scott, who is the minor league player of the week?
Our minor league player of the week is Esmeralda Valdez, man. It could have gone with Omar Alfonso, could have gone with some other guys, but Esmeralda Valdez continues to stay hot. 9 for 24, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 7 RBIs, average at 316 right now. He's just been one of the most consistent hitters in the system this year, and just really excited to see where he ends up this season.
Awesome. Again, like, he's unreal.
Yeah.
The power numbers are ridiculous. He definitely needs a promotion soon. I think it's going to come sooner rather than later. Scott, let's go into the MLB draft highlighted player of the week. This week we have shortstop Joseph JoJo Parker out of Mississippi. Another guy out of Mississippi. Purvis, high school, 18 years old, 6'2", 195, lefty bat, throws right. Somebody who's probably going to stick on the left side of the infield. Why don't you talk a little bit more about JoJo Parker?
Yeah, he's committed to Mississippi State. Brian O'Connor, the former coach of UVA, just became their new head coach. But this is a guy that I think is going to go in the top 10. I'm actually, the more I do my research into this draft, he's my favorite prep bat, especially for 6. I don't want to say I like him over Ethan Holiday, but at our position, I think I might take Parker over Carlson, the guy we talked about last week. He has a twin brother who's also up for the draft. The twin brother is an outfielder, Jacob, and he's got more raw power. But, JoJo is a little bit leaner. The athleticism is real. The bat is real. Plus hit tool. He has a narrow stance with an open front leg. Helps him coil his body and possess good hip-shoulder separation. His barrel flies for the zone, and there's excellent barrel fill with an emphasis on hitting the gaps. He's posted robust exit velos to his pool side and has solid power potential to that side of the park as well. Pairs that with excellent contact rates, 93% on heaters this summer, that would be last summer. You've got a budding offensive profile here that scouts love. He might have a legitimate plus hit tool, as I said. Defensively, he's been said to be the best defensive shortstop in this draft, along with Billy Carlson. Has the tools, instincts, and arm strength to handle the middle of the infield, to stay at shortstop long term. Rangy actions with solid speed and a quick first step to either side of his body. But if he grows more and fills out that frame, could move to third base, would be a plus third baseman as well. This is a guy, the hit tool is plus. When I'm reading about him, I'm thinking like a lefty Jacob Wilson.
Dude, you took the word right out of my mouth.
That's what excites me about this kid, because I love Jacob Wilson, and it seems like there's a plus potential here with some power. So maybe 10 to 15 homers a year. Yeah, someone to be really excited about. And another Mississippi prep bat, JoJo Parker. Get to learn his name before the draft.
Yeah, he stays inside of just about everything. Like talk
Yeah.
about Jacob Wilson, high contact rate, rarely striking out. I think that's a good comp. I hate doing comps, but pretty solid. Like I think he swung and missed that one fastball last summer. This kid, like it's unreal. So this class has a ton of high school shortstops. Prep shortstops are going to be the go-to guys here. Like last year was strong with the college bats. This year it's prep. So I like JoJo Parker. There's a good video of him on YouTube with his twin brother. Go give it a look. Really, really interesting. Also, those guys being drafted in the same year, pretty incredible.
Pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember, like, the Edmonds brothers in football were both drafted in the first round. Terrell and Tremaine. Is it Tremaine? It was linebacker for the Bills, but
yeah. I feel like Terrell was a bit of a stretch, but that's not a story for.
Yeah, but still, but still, like, how often do you see that?
I know.
It's pretty
crazy.
cool.
It's cool to be able to have someone to push you like that, especially coming out of high school. So good stuff. We'll have another one next week. Scott, good episode recapping everything down on the farm. Bit of a change here. We're not going to have Ethan Leger to close out the episode. We're going to be rescheduling that, but look forward to more interviews, more stuff happening down in the system. If you don't already, go follow us on all social media, on YouTube at Bucko Banter. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're listening, 5-star review. Please, please, please. It helps us out a ton. Make sure you're downloading the episodes so you know when they're coming out. Scott, any last words?
No, man. A lot of exciting things happening down the farm, like we said. Excited to see this next week ahead. See how these guys do in their new affiliates, like Antoine Kelly and Deuce Gorson and Edward Florentino, getting more of at bats in Bradenton. There will be a lot to talk about next week, I'm sure. So until then, man, let's raise it.
Raise it.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates and